let's go and understand further what I is all about. So I'm going to just share my screen right now and let's look at what I have here. So let's start the slideshow. So eyes are all about, and how I said in the last video, about how I see myself, and it's also connected with various meanings. But how did I see myself today? And I told you that today, because of Ganesh Chaturthi and me being able to see my Lord, it made me feel that I was very blessed and that He had called me over there to actually give me that blessing. So had I seen myself differently today, I might have want to fade my eyesight off. I might not want to see certain things. So how do I see myself? And it's not just myself. A little bit further, how do I see the world today? How do I see through my eyes? So this is how our eyes look. And what is really interesting is how I see the world. Like when I went and I saw the Ganesha Murti and I felt that Lord was blessing me. And so when I thought that that's how Ganesha was blessing me, I felt blessed. It's really interesting how I see the world is the way the world sees me. I project my feelings first outside and then I see the outside, and I think that is something that has been created outside. The reality, it's been created from inside out, and then I see the world from my insides, and I perceive that that's how the world is actually viewing me. So let's go to the next one and let's look at the eye anatomy. And the eye anatomy is all about various parts which are really, really important. So one, we're going to look at the cornea. The cornea is the area through which the light is actually, it means the horn in a different language. Cornea means horn. It means a bull. It means something that is going to make you as stubborn as a horn, as stubborn as something like a horn. Now, when we are looking at the pupil over here, the pupil is the area or an opening through which the light passes in. I was talking to another gentleman today about the eyes, and I was really looking at all the openings of our body. So the eye has the opening which is called the pupil. What is the function of the pupil? The function of the pupil is to accept the light into the eyes. And what is the light? The light is the visual light. This energy which is called light can be seen. Now, we cannot see in darkness. That means if there is light, the light will pass through our eyes, through the pupils, to fall into the retina, which is at the back of the eyes. Similarly, our mouth has got an opening through which we put food inside. This food which is put inside our body is thrown out through the two openings. It can be in the form of urine or in the form of feces. So you can pass it through the anus or you can pass it through the urinary tract. Similarly, we have the vagina. The vagina is again an opening which accepts the sperms. So all the openings of the body are basically accepting something, and also it will be pushing that story off from the same area. Like the baby is accepted into the womb and is ejected out of our body through the vagina. Now, similarly, the light is accepted through our pupils, and then it is this is called the chunk, the information that is coming inside our eyes through in the form of light. Let's look at the lens. Lens is the area which basically becomes rigid or can be changed in the shape because of the whole eyeball changing its shape. The whole eyeball can change its shape because of the muscles which are attached to it. The muscles can move the eyeball to make it become more, rather than round, it can flatten up, or it can become more round like this. So what I'm trying to say is that this is the eyeball. Now, when the muscles are moving our eyeball, it can either squish like this or it can become more oblong. This can also change the way the light is falling on the retina. Vitreous humor is a jelly-like substance which is inside the eye, which keeps the eye in its shape. So something has to keep the eye in its shape also. So vitreous humor is basically a jelly-like substance which is present in the eye. Then we have the FOVEA. This is the focal point, or this is the place where the light falls. If the light does not fall on this specific point, then we have light going everywhere and the focal point changing. We can only see and only see when all the light that is coming from outside, which gets bent by the cornea, comes inside, falls on the lens, moves through the pupil, and has to divert itself to fall on this small point, on this one area. So all the light has to converge and has to slide down to come to this area for us to form an image. And this area on which it is formed, can we see this red light, red color? This red color over here is nothing but the retina. Retina. Retina means the network of blood vessels. It's exactly in the same way the network of the blood vessels on which the light will form. It's, if we say blood vessels, it's like our bloodline, it's like our family. So we can only see ourselves when the light falls on our generation, on our bloodline, on our ancestors. We do not see ourselves as one identity. So we may think we are one person, but we are not really one person. We have an outlook and projections that we have carried and conditioning that we have carried from our generations, from our mom, from our dad. Our mom and dad have carried it from their mom and dad, and then coming from their mom and dad. So our way of looking at things, or our projections, are connected with, uh, basically, if I say, it's connected with all the generations which are sitting. We'll move to the next video where I will explain more about the connection of an ovary with the eye. So thank you so much for listening, and I will just stop sharing right now. For more on the eyes, I will be doing the next video where we'll be talking about the connection between ovary and the eye. So thank you for listening.
Help Talks are daily health-related talks held at Health Education Library for People, Mumbai, India. For more information visit www.healthlibrary.com. Subscribe to Help Talks channel. Be better informed about your health.